Hi, this is Mark from Tarantula. When I came back to the hobby 2 years ago, I was fascinated by this tarantula here, the Monocentropus balfouri, and I was baffled that this species could be kept communally. On the 29th January this year, I decided I'm starting the communal. Today is the 11th February. So I thought, yeah, I'll show you the progress. See it for yourself. The Monocentropus balfouri communal setup was one of my dreams as a tarantula keeper. I've heard a lot of interesting stories and wanted to check that out on my own. The plan came to fruition after the Pet Expo in Katowice, where I was able to get 12 spiderlings for a very good price. A few words about the species. The Monocentropus balfouri, or Socotra Island blue baboon tarantula, or simply blue baboon tarantula, comes, as the English name suggests, from the island Socotra, which is part of the Republic of Yemen in the Indian Ocean. The genus name consists of 3 words: mono, which means one, centro, which means spike, pes or pus, which means foot. The genus has 3 species: the Monocentropus balfouri, the Monocentropus longimanus, and the Monocentropus lambertoni. The full scientific name of the blue baboon tarantula was given in honor of Sir Isaac Bailey Balfour, a Scottish botanist who discovered the species in 1880 during an expedition he was leading. The Socotra Island is a jewel when it comes to diversity of fauna and flora. It has around 700 endemic species. There is a reason this species of tarantula is special. It is the only known species so far that is living well in a communal setup, without getting territorial. There are instances where the Hysterocrates gigas and Neoholotele incei are cohabiting in an enclosure. Even Peciloterias can be kept somehow communal, if they live in close proximity to each other. But in most cases it ends almost always in the same way, in one fat tarantula. Before this project started, I already owned a Monocentropus balfouri. It definitely has already territorial behavior and would probably do more harm than good. If you have more experiences on the topic, let me know in the comments. The enclosure for the slings was set up on the 30th January 2023, just after we came back from the expo. As a base of the enclosure is a new braplast, 19 by 19 by 19 centimeters, with holes burnt out on the top and the sides of the enclosure to enable cross-ventilation. I decided to use a new one, since the others I own have bigger holes, prepared for bigger tarantulas. I was a bit afraid that the slings could fit through the bigger holes. Since I wanted to add more substrate, the holes were positioned higher. Cocoa fiber and some pieces of cork bark to give them some hiding spots. We weren't able to record the first feeding on the 31st January, since we had a major shrimp aquarium emergency, but the slings needed to be fed nonetheless. I noticed that they already started to web the whole enclosure up and observed how the balfouri were hunting. The second feeding was recorded and was quite a view. The tarantulas seemed to co-inhabit a communal nest under one of the cork barks, and the tunnels seemed to reach across the whole setup. The slings were hunting, with no visible signs of aggression against their brothers and sisters, only small rivalry and cockiness while stealing each other's food. The webbing also was bigger. We threw a lot of roaches, around 30 or so. None of them survived. I know that this communal setup is not even 2 weeks old. And yet, it seems like this one will be one of the most interesting projects / experiments in our collection. On this day, on the 11th February, despite having a lot of work surrounding the YouTube channel, our animals, we sat down and watched those 12 little spiders here, how they hunt together, how they steal food from each other. I mean, it baffles me what can be seen inside this enclosure in comparison with the others. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing, ring the bell, leave me a comment what you like, what you want to see in future videos, and I will keep you updated on what's going on with this communal setup. Thank you for watching. Tarantula out. Oh, this little bugger. Hi.